books, can't escape from the team. Call the morning steam, it's time to break, run for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
All right, from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Saturday, March 14th. It's Pie Day here. Time to order up, get a pizza. 3:14. We survived Friday the 13th. It's time to eat here on Saturday conference tournament final Saturday. We got I think 11 big games here, 11 championship games today. A bids to be determined here today, as well as our coverage later on of UFC Fight Night here from Las Vegas. Emmett versus Vallejos. Featherweights do battle, top 15 contenders, and we'll have live companion stream coverage today here on the Sports Money Network. We're joining you by Mikey and Jeff, and have a good card here today. Hopefully get some winners here, and of course all the games will be going on at that time, all the afternoon action, so should be a great day here and a great day here on the Sports Money Network and Morning Steam. We'll preview those championship games. We'll preview the NBA. We got NHL card as long as your arm. No reason not to go over every game in the NHL today with I don't know, every game seemed to have at least one team that's in the playoffs in contention, so we'll get to that in a few moments. And if you want to check out my UFC plays for today, you can get them right now over at winnable.com/Ramon. I've got my UFC plays for the action. I think I've got there's 14 fights today, I think, and I think I've got picks on 11 of them over there. So check me out over at winnable.com/Ramon. Use the promo code STEAM to save 20% off those premium pick packages over there. You can get me for 1 day. You can get me for 3 days. You can get me for 5 days. Whatever you do, I always tack on more too. I never mentioned that, but if you get a month, I actually put on an extra week. If you get a week, I put on an extra 3 days. If you get a day, I put on an extra day. If you get 3 days, I put on 5. I just keep tacking on days. I just want to have people subscribing to the picks here. There's a little bit of a fee there, but that's what you get. I mean, you get more picks from me. It's not a membership. It's not required, but you get more picks from me. I send out a few updates per day on some other sports, including sports that really aren't covered here on the show, including sports like tennis, college baseball. My soccer's in there today. I mean, not yet. I don't have any soccer today. I think I will have time, though, to get to some soccer without the big college basketball card here today. We got the main games, but I almost feel lost without 137 games today. But I'll be able to look at some other sports today as well, and have the look at some of the other sports today. I'll probably do some college baseball and some MLS there, and can't wait to get on with it here with our fight card tonight. But we'll also cover the action here late night. Hey, a little breaking news here. Let's see what's going on here. Michael Porter Jr. Of the Nets is going to be out tonight. That one just in here to the morning steam. We'll give you all the steam moves here a little bit too. I want to maybe cover those here. The few have gone off here while I'm prepping for the show. was trying to side some Chinese basketball last night. The lines got a little goofy. You can't slam Chinese basketball lines at 3 p.m. You got to do it 3 a.m. So, all right, let me say hello to the folks and get ready for our show here right now and review just a little bit of the action here, if I may, from Friday night. Late night, if you missed it, my San Diego State Aztecs win in the Mountain West Conference semifinals. They advance to meet here this afternoon and get to the finals here in Vegas with Utah State today. San Diego State wins it by 2 points. They hit a bucket late by J.R. Davis, and get the win last night. One more note here. The notes are coming in. Norman Powell, he's going to be in the lineup tonight. It looks like Norman Powell will return here for the Heat tonight against the Magic. He's been upgraded to questionable, but that's pretty good news. I think Normie Powell might finally make the lineup here for the Miami Heat tonight. That just into the morning steam as we get ready for the show here. Also, other finals last night in college basketball here included Big Ten action. Wisconsin over Illinois, 91-88. How about Illinois? They just went 4-5 in their last 9 games. 4 of those 5 losses were in overtime, but bottom line is Illinois keeps losing right now, and Wisconsin advances. They'll face Michigan today in a Big Ten semifinal. Purdue takes on UCLA. UCLA beat Michigan State behind Donovan Dent, 23 points, 12 assists. Michigan State, what's wrong? They can never get very far. They can never get to the finals of the Big Ten. UCLA with the upset there. They're 8.5-point dogs a day to Purdue. Big 12, Arizona over Iowa State. Arizona hitting that shot in the final seconds, win the game. Cyclones took a 14-2 lead early, but Arizona kept coming back. Del Orso was 26 points in 30 minutes. Didn't start, but he sure did help the Wildcats finish there. And they'll play the Cougars today of Houston. We'll preview that one, the Big 12 Conference Final. A10, St. Louis over George Washington. Robbie Avila, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Remember, I was trying to figure out what was his nickname. It's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He wears the goggles and he makes the shots, doesn't he? And St. Louis beat George Washington 88-81. Also, they re-signed their coach there at the end of the game, before the game, contract extension. Woo! Good morning. A contract extension there to keep him in with the Billikens. So good job there. George Washington was winning that game by 21 points. It was the biggest comeback in Atlantic 10 conference tournament history. As St. Louis, they actually covered the spread after being down 21, covered 6.5, won by 7. SEC, it was Ole Miss, the 15 seed, the first ever 15 seed to reach a conference semifinal. Granted, there haven't been 15 seeds the whole time. We didn't have billion team conferences, but they're playing Arkansas after defeating Alabama as the Rebels won for the 3rd day in a row. They were 1-12 in their last 13 regular season games, and they're one step away from making the finals. If they could knock off Arkansas, Vandy, and Florida. In the other final is Vanderbilt upset Tennessee at home. They are in Nashville at home, but remember we were saying they wouldn't have the crowd advantage, but they won the game. They'll play Florida. Also, Arkansas advances to play those Rebels. A Cuff, 37 points, 5 assists. Everybody's like, where did a Cuff come from? It feels like with Darius a Cuff that once he had that record-setting game there, that incredible game, that his confidence has grown here, and I think that's part of it for a Cup, and that's why he's emerged as one of the top players in the country. And real interesting game there against Ole Miss today, with Arkansas favored by 7.5. Big East, St. John's beats Seton Hall 78-68. They really did look impressive there, and they've won 18 of 19. Who was their only loss? That game to Connecticut that they scored only 40 points, and they'll play Connecticut today in the Big East championship game. Gotta be all over that one. ACC, Virginia over Miami, 84-62. They crush them. Cavs have won 13 of 14. Miami falls to 25-8. They're going to make it, though, no problem there. But tonight it'll be ACC final, Virginia and Duke, as Duke got a confident cover as well there. Also, American Conference here, semifinals will be Charlotte and South Florida, Tulsa and Wichita. After Tulsa wins in triple overtime over North Texas, 90-84. North Texas led 14-0. They led 36-19, but here comes Tulsa. It helps when you go 32 of 39 on the free throw line there, and they won their sixth straight game. Did Tulsa? North Texas may have had a complaint there. They could have, there was a controversial call that may have cost them the game. It did force the overtime. They didn't lose because of the call, but game went to another overtime, went to 3 overtimes eventually, and Tulsa got the win. Other game in the Mountain West, Utah State. They're going to the NCAA tournament, win or lose tonight against San Diego State for the 4th year in a row, ironically under 3 different coaches, but they beat Nevada 79-66. Utah State, pretty good inside shooting team. The thing for San Diego State in that game is if San Diego State doesn't win, they're not going to the NCAA tournament, even though they've been a great tournament team. They're always in there. They always make it somehow, some way. They always make it to this game, too, actually. I think this is the 8th time in 9 years they've been to this tournament title game under Coach Brian Dutcher. Big West here, just down the street, as Irvine beat Northridge 93-78. Irvine dominating on the boards, will be number 1 and number 2 tonight here at the Lee's Family Forum in Henderson, as Irvine is a 2.5-point favorite over Hawaii. And in the MAC, return of the MAC, it'll be Akron over Kent State last night, 75-68. The Zips, the best team in the MAC, they've quietly won 9 in a row, 18 of 19. That other team got all the attention, but it'll be Akron and Toledo for the MAC championship here. The thing about Akron, they start 4 seniors, one of the most experienced teams in the country. Toledo's got a pretty good team, though. It's a pretty big spread. But Miami of Ohio, where are you? Not here in the championship game. All right, let me say hello to some folks, but I've got another big story to talk about, of course, and I want to say hello before too many comments get in here in the chat. Andrew K. There we go. I'll just stop right here. Andrew K. Did you see the slide by Soto? Who would win a race, Ramon or Soto? Dominican Republic's going to slap the USA. Silibele. Nuke is here as well. Andrew talking a little bit of action there, of course, in the World Baseball Classic last night. Dominican Republic 10-0 over Korea. They led 7-0. Sucks for me. I had the Dominican Republic in the over 11. Christopher Sanchez allowed 3 base runners in 5 innings pitched. Most of the books have changed their rules to just be whatever it is. Whatever it is, that's the final, and that's the final. We're not going to say, if it doesn't go 9 innings, you don't get the total. No, most books have just kind of revamped the rules there a little bit and said, hey, whatever it is when the game's over, that's what it is, because the game's over for a reason. And the score, if it was rained out or something, that's different. But when it's determined by the rules saying, hey, 10-0 run rule, then it's a run rule. And United States over Canada, they didn't cover the spread. Canada covered the run line in that one. USA 5-3, Logan Webb did not allow a run, got 14 outs, did a very good job. Team USA, Dominican Republic in the semifinals on Sunday night after the NCAA draw. What a setup that is tonight in the World Baseball Classic. Of course, other semifinals here, Puerto Rico and Italy in a pick'em. Is that the first pick'em of the tournament? Puerto Rico and Italy in a pick'em, total 8.5 or so. And Venezuela and Japan. Japan about a $2 favorite. That one's 7.5 over 20. Venezuela's got a pretty good team out there. They just keep getting better now that they don't have their dictator there ruling, right? All right. So it'll be those two games tonight in the World Baseball Classic. I should say the Puerto Rico-Italy game 3 Eastern and noon Pacific, and then tonight Venezuela and Japan 9 Eastern and 6 Pacific time. So should be a great night of sports and sports betting. Continue on with everyone in the chat. Andrew K. talking about the Gators here. We didn't, we're going to talk about the championship games mostly tonight. So we're going to be skipping over the Ivy League, the A-10 there a little bit, Big Ten, SEC. But Nuke, he had Canada. Only 20 games, Nuke. This is it. They're all going bye-bye. Although, we'll get 16 back-to-back days there. And Italy, Andrew, Italy is not really that good. All the players are from the United States and Canada, actually, on the team. There's no one complaining, though, like they did when they want to send that poor girl to China, right, when she won those silver medals, and they were like trying to deport her, all the righties. Nobody's going to, basically be sending out some of the best players in baseball and saying, well, let's just get these guys back to Italy. But Italy's got a great vibe in the dugout. They're drinking cappuccinos or whatever they're drinking. They're drinking coffee in the dugout. Blake is here as well. Twisted is here. Nuke likes Puerto Rico in the game today. Mike Humphrey here. Hey, want to say hello to X Parasite? I haven't seen X Parasite in a while in this chat. Thank you, X Parasite. Andrew here. Let's see here. See James. Good morning. Toucan with us today. Lots of fun, lots of action. Terrible news here with the injury here to Austin Matthews out for the regular season. Yeah, you know what? Here's the thing. I mean, it looked bad for Gabish there. God, I think, did I say his name? I'm trying to think of the guy's name, but, he's a careless player, and it's happened before. I mean, yeah, it's an accident in a way, but it's also looking to draw some contact to put a body on, and, it just doesn't work that way, especially in hockey. So it's a bad look for that gentleman that took out Austin Matthews. He got suspended there. I think 5 games. Probably should got suspended for the rest of the season. Public enemy here. These are going to be some sharp numbers today, says Twisted. And let's see here. We're going to hopefully crush those totals today. I'll have some totals. I'll have some. There's Josh. Hello to Josh. There he is in the chat. Good to see you, Josh. Thanks for everything, all your support and all that. Jimmy Lambeau is here, ready for the UFC. Maybe there'll be some upsets tonight. Does he want touchy-feely? It looks like here. And let's see. Who else? What else? I think I'm all caught up already. And Joshua David Brown. Hey, we had our Aussie action last night. I think I lost with why was I on Brisbane and over? What a terrible call that was last night with Brisbane and over. There, but let's see. In rugby league, I had the under in Cronulla and Penrith, but I liked Cronulla plus the points. But man, Penrith really laid it on them there a little bit last night. And then what was the other game that I bet? Oh, Adelaide and Collingwood. I did have Adelaide there and the under there, so I did get a sweep there with Adelaide and the under over the Magpies. 93-79. Sydney beat Brisbane 104-60 there. Anybody, if you're staying up like me, trying to bet on Chinese basketball, you're watching. Hey, we got some Washington Commanders signed Jerome Ford from the Browns, so that gives them Rashard White and Jerome Ford right there. The signing here just now. All right, what else? I think that might be all the good stuff here, at least for now, as we get ready. We got to get to the previews because you know what we have today at 11 Eastern and 8 Pacific. Connor Mack and Mikey Money come by with the previews of even more college basketball. I'm sure they'll talk about several of the games that I'm going to talk about. There's no avoiding that today with the games, but they might look at those semifinals too. And there's some games coming up here in just about an hour and 20 minutes. When they come on the air, there'll be a couple of games going. NBA last night. Some winners here on the show on the morning steam included the Detroit Pistons. We had the Pistons there over the Grizzlies there last night. We also had winner here on the Morning Steam Show with the Cavaliers rocking against Dallas here with the winner in that one. And we had the Minnesota Timberwolves Golden State Warriors game 2 go over as a winner last night. Jazz and Blazers over as well. NHL could not find the winner, although we did have a premium pick winner with the St. Louis Blues last night over at mywinnable.com, my sports money premium picks here at winnable.com. Like I said, you can get my picks over there right now. My basketball did not go well. I lost that San Diego State game by the hook. I had Arkansas, I had Clemson, so wasn't great, but I hit the Blues there. And also we hit the free selection in soccer yesterday with Mönchengladbach over St. Pauli there last night. I think the college baseball was some winners there as well. Let me see there. We had Missouri State as a winner. We had East Carolina. Yeah, it was okay. I guess the results were just okay. LSU over, though. We had that one as well. So we had a couple winners in there on Friday. Early college basketball, we did have Sam Houston and Kennesaw under, VCU and Duquesne game to go under, and also North Texas plus points went 3-1 in that early card there. So check me out over at winnable.com. You can also catch my show over there, Cover the Spread, where I go over 3 picks every day, and I also give parlay picks out there. I'm going to give you my best bet of the day. That's Cover the Spread on YouTube here every day, 7 days a week, another show that I've got going on. And really appreciate all the subscribers there. We also had Prairie View and Alabama A&M under as a winner here on the free picks. So you can also go over and get free picks from me over at winnable.com. You don't have to subscribe. I send out 1 or 2 packages every day with some free, just usually one play on those, but usually comes out to be about 1, 2, or 3 plays a day, free winners, hopefully from me. And you know what? They're in a little more timely fashion here. I have to give you the picks right now on the show because this is where we're at. But when you go over to winnable.com and subscribe, you'll get more plays throughout the day. You can set your notifications. And I'm trying to get my people in the Discord, but I don't know how to do it. All right, we've got Steam coming in. Let's review all the Steam, then get right into the show because there have been some moves here this morning of importance. Cornell and Yale just had Steam to the under right now. This is the first game of the day, along with that America East Championship. We do have some Steam right now with Cornell and Yale. The Steam is coming in right now in this game on the under. It was 164. It's moving here right now to the under, and Cornell and Yale are down to 162.5. In that game. By the way, Yale is up from a 3.5 point favorite to 4.5, but it was still the Steam was on the under with Cornell and Yale here just moments ago. All right. Also, other Steam that has come in here this morning. We got short cards, so we'll just rattle it off because we won't have 50 Steam updates like we do on normal Saturdays, right? So here are some of those moves anyway. Pennsylvania and Harvard, the other Ivy League semifinal, Steam to the over. It was 135.5, but that one got hit to the over, Penn and Harvard. It's currently 136.5 at some spots, still holding 135 though, actually at Circa. Also, St. Joe's and VCU, A10 semifinal, 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific, Steam to the under here in that one. It was 146.5, but it's down here now to 144.5 with St. Joe's and VCU, Steam to the under. It's actually 144 at Circa. Also, game number 609-610, Wichita and Wisconsin and Michigan, Steam to the over there in that one with Wisconsin and Michigan. That one was, get it here. Let me get it here. There we go. It was it opened 159.5. It's up to 161.5 here with Wisconsin and Michigan. Steam to the over there in that one. Arkansas got steamed in their game against Mississippi. Arkansas was a 7.5 point favorite, but right now they are up to 9.5 here. Arkansas for the most part, over 15th seeded Ole Miss, just to make it clear there. Also, Wichita uh, in their game against Tulsa, they were a pick 'em, but Wichita is now favored in that game. Wichita is a 1 or 1.5 point favorite. They took the steam here this morning. And I think that is it as far as the other moves that came in here right now for the morning steam show. All right, we're just about ready for our previews here. Gonna have some fun with you guys here going over the NBA, and the NHL is going to be long. Hopefully, we'll have time for it if I can get started here and get moving with our previews. I'm just about ready here, doing some housekeeping here real quick. One other move here was San Diego State and Utah State to the under here. It was 146, but man, San Diego State and Utah State, you saw the game last night, was in the 120s, 125 or something like that. And it's down to 143 here. Big move to the under. I got to like that game under here probably when we get there, but we'll see with San Diego State. I don't trust them here, but they got to win, man. Okay, let's get rolling here with our show. Going to start with the NBA, of course, and hey, how this works is I give a little preview of the game, and then I maybe make a pick on the game, but then I go to the chat. You guys give me your pick on the game, and everyone that does comment in the chat gets a entry into a drawing I pick for the end of the show, and those whoever wins the drawing does get a free month of my picks if they like them. If not, you can give them to someone else. You can just ignore it. Some people just like to see their name get the little confetti. So, but I'd like to see you sign up and subscribe with me. Okay, let's get going here with the show right now and start with the NBA. Every game, I think, has some significance in the playoff picture, so I think we've got to talk about them all. We've got the Nets here at the Sixers. It is a tankathon game, of course, with the Nets in there. But the Nets, they showed a little bit of life there for a while, but they're back to being the Nets here, it feels like right now. They've lost 2 straight. Losses to Detroit and Atlanta, some tough teams there for sure. They did cover against Atlanta, getting 15.5. This line is only 9.5 here. It's 9 here, and the total is 217. The Sixers are having some injury issues here. That's probably why, and they're not even playing. They're not playing that well either. But Tyrese Maxey, he is out of this game. Andre Drummond questionable. Bona questionable. We know Embiid is still out until further notice. Kelly Oubre, he's out of this game as well. So you got pieces missing for Philly. But we just told you Michael Porter Jr. is out for the Nets here. The line really hasn't moved on this news. Porter, pretty good player here. He's had an ankle turn, but Sharp is out. Drake Powell, he's out. Nick Claxton's out. So the Nets are missing guys too. Demon's been out for a while. Agbaji, he is probable here. So I don't know. To me, it feels still like kind of a tankathon game. I mean, Philly needs to keep winning. If any team is slip sliding away, it feels like it's the Philadelphia 76ers right now as they tumble down the list. Here right now they're in 9th place, but the Hawks have passed them up. The Hornets are right on their tail. They're going to fall right down to 10th place. Now I don't think they're going to fall out of the playoff picture, so they could just resign to the fact that, hey, we're done here and we're going to be in there. And like I said, in the postseason, in the play-in tournament, 10th place is bad news. 7th place is actually great news as far as the teams. It's very 7th place almost always gets in. 8th place gets in there, and then 9th and 10th they never get in hardly. So see what you got here in this one with me, Philadelphia here. I feel like a tankathon game, and I think they could probably roll here against Brooklyn today. Brooklyn's shown some heart here. They did cover 3 of their last 4 games, including wins over Detroit and Memphis, although Detroit came back and bashed them up, and they did cover against Atlanta, but they were getting 15 in that one. Meanwhile, for the Sixers here, they just lost to Detroit by 22 points. there the other night, and before that they did beat Memphis, but they've lost 3 of their last 4 games coming into this one right now. Philadelphia, though, 1-5-1 against the spread in their last 7. They have won 12 of the last 17 against the Brooklyn Nets. Brooklyn just 4-10 ATS in the last 14 games, and they've lost 14 of 19 to Philly. So let's see what you got here. I feel like it's a game in the tankathon. Philadelphia is still 21-14 against the spread as a favorite. Brooklyn 26-35. ATS is a dog, 14-20. ATS on the road. So it feels like still a Philly spot, and they've got to have, a little bit of motivation, and they got to be a little bit of the better team with all these players out. Now let's see what we got. Fight Day says a solution in there. JP Farley, AOD, ready to go. Cappuccino, Mike Humphrey, Gudas, that's the player right there. Yeah, got suspended there. And oh man, JP Farley ready for that big fight here today. We got a good fight card here, and also there's Cage Warriors. Also, if you're looking to keep it going here, Cage Warriors today as well. But that big fight card here.
Halftime.
With the big bait event there too. I think it's on Paramount Plus actually. M the Great here today. Let's see. I'm looking for plays. Greg Gibson's got plays. But let's see here if anybody's on this game. Let's see. Here's JP Farley on the under. Blake is on the under here. Public Enemy's got a little prop action. And Greg says going to play a little play Philly there, maybe Brooklyn in the under, he says. And Big Crypto's here. Big Crypto says he likes the Sixers in this one. I do too. I think I like the Sixers here. I've been I like the Sixers in the tankathon. I like the total too. I'm gonna move the total. I'm gonna move the total to premium, I think here. Or bet it. It's borderline because there's a lot of injuries in this game. I mean, there's some volatility involved here, but I still want to play some games and have some picks out there. It might be, one of the more solid plays here. So I'm going to take the Sixers, but I do like the total. I don't know. You could have got the gist of it from what I said. Maybe you didn't. All right. And look, Greg's ready to go with those early games here. We're just an hour away from some live basketball, and also the guys will be here as well. All right, next up. Bucks and Hawks. Bad graphic, bad parentheses there. Bucks and Hawks, another one there. Like I said, every game's got some importance here. Look, the Bucks are done. We're patronizing them a little bit, but the Hawks aren't done. The Hawks are hot. Hawks are one of the hottest here right now with a great winning streak. 8 games. I believe that's a league high winning streak right now. And it's the Atlanta Hawks, you guys. How about these Hawks here? We just talked about up to 8th place. They might even have the Raptors and the Heat in their sights. So the Heat's hot. The Heat's hot, but the Raptors are kind of flatlining it here a little bit. Can the Hawks move up? Like I said, 7th and 8th place is pretty good spot to be in the play-in here. But let's see how you want to go with this one with the Hawks here taking on the Bucks. Could be a little tankathon action here, I think, with this one. Atlanta's been hot against the spread here of late. Milwaukee has not. Atlanta's won 8 in a row. They've covered 7 of those games. Milwaukee's 1-7 straight up and 1-7 against the spread. And it's only 9.5. Now it has gone up here from 7.5 to 9.5. So there is a bit of a tax here, probably because Giannis questionable. And like I said, Giannis is going to be done here as soon as they're officially out, or it looks like it's a no chance. I mean, they're going to sit Giannis for the rest of this season, I'm sure. Ousmane Deng is questionable. Kevin Porter Jr. questionable. Kuminga is out here for Atlanta. It is a tankathon game, in my opinion, even though the Bucks are breathing a little bit more than some of those teams we talk about. The Bucks are in 11th place. They're probably the only team with a chance left. They're 6 games back of the Hornets here right now. So you got to go, and you got to go now. They need a winning streak, and they've only covered 7 of their last 10 right now. 28 and 37 straight up and against the spread, I think, this season, or one or the other. Anyway, for Atlanta here, they've gone under in 7 of their last 10. Milwaukee's under in 22 of 32 on the road. And this one kind of feels like it might be an under, despite the fact, and that total's wrong, right, actually? Yeah, sorry about that. I thought I had it. It's 220. It's down here to 228.5. It looks like, and I think you can see why. I was on a show last night when it was 231, and I was like, you got to take the under here in this one. And you probably do again, but maybe I'll just go. I'm going to take the Hawks here on the Tankathon. It might be tough to get the double digits here, but there's just no way right now. I don't think Milwaukee's very interested. They've failed to cover in 3 straight games here against Orlando, Phoenix, and Miami. What do those teams have in common? They're hot, just like the Hawks. So I'm going to take the Hawks here. They've been covering everything. They did fail last time out against Brooklyn, but they were favored by 15.5. Still won by 9. Before that, they covered 10 against Dallas. They covered big numbers here, 10 against 6.5 against Philly as well. And also Milwaukee, they beat them. So I'll just take Atlanta here in the Tankathon in this one. Okay, here we go with some more plays from you guys here. And let's see. Nets here hey, Fernando's here, everybody. Bucks don't care. They don't care anymore. Whoa. Atlanta here, the Bucks are sucking, says Greg. And JP's on the Hawks too. Look, I mean, it almost seems too easy, right? I don't know. Maybe some people are still, betting Giannis because he's, in the lineup or whatever. And maybe they just don't know that Atlanta's one of the hottest things going here, right? Aren't they? All right. Let's keep it moving here. We got a lot of games, actually. Hornets and Spurs. Hey, this one's on a time change, everybody. Time change here today, too. 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific time. This one gets the treatment, the Amazon Prime treatment, because you got the Hornets on this. We know how great the Hornets have been. They've lost a couple of games back there last week, but they've won 2 in a row again. This seems like they're right back at it with back-to-back wins over Portland and Sacramento. The interesting thing, though, here about Charlotte and the incredible run that they've been on, and we've been talking about them so positively every show, but they've actually failed to cover in 4 straight games here all of a sudden. Maybe a little bit of overratedness, if that's a word. They failed against Portland, failed against the Kings. They're actually just 1-4, 0-4 against the spread. Charlotte still won 8 of 10. They're 8-2 against the spread, last 10 against the San Antonio Spurs. So they kind of hold over on the Spurs a little bit. They've actually won the games here. They've won and covered 3 straight against the San Antonio Spurs. So see if they can keep it going here right now. I think they've won 4 straight against them and keep on dominating here in this matchup. San Antonio, though, is 13-5 in their last 18 games. Overall, they've won 16 of 18. 6 of the last 9 meetings between the two teams have gone over. Charlotte's one of the best covers in the NBA, 27-16 as an underdog, 22-14 against the spread on the road. But San Antonio solid to the number, 18-13 against the spread at home, and they've obviously done it here of late. So it's still Spurs good. Hornets still good too. Will the Hornets look past? Remember, the Hornets have beaten like Boston on the road. Remember, because I'm not saying these teams are looking past the Hornets, but if they're not giving them quite the time of day, the Hornets are stinging them. San Antonio off of a loss to Denver that stopped their winning streak, but this Hornets team getting the points here. Maybe let's see what you got in the chat. Maybe that's what we should be doing here, but we'll see what we got here with you guys. The total here is what, 220? Oh, it's up to 2. No, it's still 229. 229. The line has moved down here to 5, though, so it feels like the move keeps coming in on the Hornets right now.
Steam play.
And also, so I mentioned the injury report here. Wembanyama is a sprained ankle there. There could be something to that with Wemby and the move here. I think he's going to be in. We'll see. But there definitely is a bit of a move here right now to the Hornets here this morning. Dylan Harper, questionable. For the Hornets, Salon, he's out. McNeely is out. Kobe White, he's probable. Kalkbrenner, probable. Your picks in the chat. Okay, let's see. Here we go. Public Enemy likes the over here in this one. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Jordy's on the Hawks money line and Johnson to get 20 points. Greg Gibson here, Spurs coming off that loss. He likes the Spurs in the under. JP's on the Spurs. A lot of Spurs backers here. Uh-oh. And let's see. The books haven't caught up to Charlotte doing their numbers. Yeah, I don't know. It feels like the move's on Charlotte, but, they're obvious. Like you said, yeah, you're right about that, though, Greg, right? When you're covering at the breakneck pace they are, the books never caught up to them. Blake is here. He's on the over. Blake got the shout-out yesterday when we previewed the Bandy and Tennessee game. Elliott says, good morning, Spurs. Oh, no. Good morning. He likes the Spurs. Good morning, Spurs. They jingle, jangle, jingle. All right, man. You guys are all over the Spurs in this one, and I kind of wanted to take the Hornets here. All right. I'm going to take the Hornets here in this one. I'm going to take the 5 points with Charlotte. Maybe I just can't stop here at this point because they've been so good. I know the Spurs are the great team. It's not Charlotte's not going to the finals or anything.
Major alignment.
I don't think. Wizards and Celtics in this one. We got the biggest spread of the season here, I think. I don't think there's been any 20s out there. We're in the tankathon here, but oh boy, is this really going to happen like this with the Wizards and the Celtics here tonight? Boy, sometimes you almost got to draw the line somewhere, but I don't know. Could be. Washington is not covering anything. We know that. Actually, they did cover the last game against Orlando, but that was the first game they've covered in 2 or 3 weeks, it feels like. For Washington here, they are 1-4 ATS in their last 5. They've lost a dozen games in a row, it feels like right now. How many games have they lost? I got to look it up. They've lost 10 in a row here right now. Have the Washington Wizards not covering the spread in any of them. Boston, meanwhile, did lose the last 2 games, but it was against San Antonio and OKC. They beat Dallas. They beat Cleveland. So it's been a little bit of a difficult schedule there. Cleveland, San Antonio, and OKC in a row there. So, but they're still favored by 20 here. I guess if anybody's going to cover 20, it might be the Boston Celtics. They've covered 10 of their last 13 coming in. Washington's gone over in 6 of their last 7. Boston's 10, 4, and 1 against the spread in their last 15 games against the Washington Wizards. Boston's gone under in 6 of their last 7. 8 of the last 12 meetings between these two teams have gone over. Somebody's going to have to take the Boston Celtics, I think. It might be me. Let's go to the chat, though. Can you stomach it? Or maybe, is it a pass because of the spread? Is it just a big old pass because of the spread? Tell you what, I'm having some over regret. I think I played the over earlier, and I don't know if I like that all of a sudden.
Final.
I think it might be I better just take the Celtics. I'm going to take the Celtics to win by more than 20 points. So is Elliott. Hey, the West Up Parlay is in, everybody. Check it out. And Public Enemy did too. Said take late 20. Greg says pick your spots when it comes to sports and sports betting. Big crypto. Spread's too big. Big crypto draws a line. And Greg says off 2 straight losses, they're going to do it. Jordy's on the Celtics on the money line. Jordy on the Celtics money line. I think my book doesn't even have the money line there, but what are they? Oh, they're minus 4,000 today. Are you going 4,000 to win 100, Jordy? Wizards team total under here for Blake. Elliott, wow, look at that. They really won by more than 20 points in 3 straight games against the Wizards. Wow. Yeah, both teams this year already. There, Washington won by 45 last time and by 29 before that, or 31 before that. Jordy's got Real Madrid, Inter Milan today in soccer. I'm watching Girona right now. I'm watching Girona right now. Here currently, it's 1-0 over Athletic right now. So, okay, and Josh on the Wizards on the money line. Oh yeah, there you go. There's Josh on the Wizards on the money line. That's what I'm talking about. Plus 1,200 here to beat the Celtics. Tonight would be the night. Okay, here we go. Magic and Heat. Boy, sounds like that strip club promotion that got canceled here. Magic and Heat here in this one. You got the Heat favored by 3.5 and the total 237 here in this one. And I think for the Heat here, they're on a winning streak right now. They've won 7 straight games. They're hot too. Speaking of all these hot teams, here comes the Heat. Won and covered 7 straight games right now, including the last 5 at home. But Orlando comes in with 6 straight wins, 8-4 against the spread their last 12. But they've pretty much been getting it done covering wise. They didn't cover against Washington last time out, but they had covered 3 straight before that. They're actually 29-36 against the spread this season. Orlando's actually been underrated here to a certain extent. They don't cover as much as you might think with this great season. Man, they're 37-28 straight up, but 29-36 ATS. Also, Miami 4-2 against the spread against Orlando. Orlando's gone over in 4 of 6. Orlando 12-10 to the over as a dog. Miami's gone over in 6 of the last 9 meetings with Miami here. And you see that total right now, and that's accurate. 237 here. So it's going to be a pretty high scoring game, I bet, here tonight. Give me the over in this one with Orlando and Miami. I've got to take the over here in this one at 2. It's up to 237, man. Okay, well, I got talking on a show last night at 235, but I'm gonna have to go over still here with this one. And we might have some plays from you guys here. Let's see what we got. West Up parlay here to when you see what West Up, this is I love this, by the way. You see all of his teams here: Ducks, Kings, UCLA, SDSU, Lakers, Arizona, and West Up says, he says these are round robin parlays, 2s, 3s, 4s, and 5s. This is such an unheralded, wish we had time to. I mean, I'm not saying it's difficult to conceptualize. I'm sure many of you sophisticated guys in our chat, guys and gals, know what he's talking about. But look, people ask about parlay. What do you think? Give me a parlay. This is how you play parlays, actually. What West Up is talking about here. When you play the 2-teamers, the 3-teamers, the 4-teamers, and and what I also like to do is I kind of put more money in on the 2-teamers. The most money on the 2-teamers, less money on the 3-teamers, less money on the 4-teamers, and less money on the 5-teamers. But that's what I like to do. When you're playing the type of parlays, that's a great West Up. Great job. Parlays on the over here. Greg, Miami and under. Twisted's got some dogs for you to look at while you do look at those. I'll mention Purdue and UCLA just took some steam here to the under moments ago in that Big Ten semifinal. It was 147.5, all the way down to 145.5 here right now with Purdue and UCLA steam to the under here just moments ago on the morning steam show. All right, and let me see here. Getting ready to go to our next matchup. Oh, wait a minute. Heat here with Powell is back. Yeah, you know what? Good call there, Public Enemy. It might be a little bit under the radar right now because I don't think he's officially in. But like I said, when you see upgraded to questionable and he's been out a while, you got to think he's in. This is a great way to go about it, Public Enemy, because you're going to beat this spread. You're going to get the EV probably in this one. Lee is here today. Greg said Bandy at home was easy money. Jordy says money line with the Heat. Put Bancaro in there on his point total over. Elliot Jamison with the Heat and the over. Man, we're having a great show here so far.
Final.
Also, a steam play came in here with North Carolina Central and Howard. Steam to the under a few moments ago. It was 144.5, but we're down here to 143 here with North Carolina Central and Howard. Steam to the under just a few moments ago here on the morning steam show. And let's see here. All right, and let's see. Miami owns them too, don't forget. Miami has covered 4 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams overall. He says Miami does own them. I will say this, that Orlando, though, has won, I believe, the last 5 meetings in a row. Orlando won already this year, 133-124. Covered that one. Orlando won 117-108 back in December. They also won 106-105. Back in December. So Orlando's really had them right now in the last few games. All right. Let's keep it moving here right now. We're going through this NBA card pretty quickly here with the Nuggets taking on the Lake Show. Everybody likes the Lake Show. All right. And the Nuggets, though, are favored in this one by 3. Total is 245.5 here. It looks like the spread may actually be up to 3.5 right now. And look, the Lakers, I don't know. I think it's just because there's such a drama, and a lot of people don't like them as well. So maybe they're not getting their just due because right now they're on fire again. They've won and covered 7 of their last 8. Just when you want to say, when LeBron's out there, when he's out of the lineup, they're 10-2. Get LeBron out. They also got a pretty good record when he's in there too. Lakers are now 41-25 overall this season, and comparatively to where they've had to play up from a mediocre season, they've actually had a pretty good year. 19-15 against the spread at home. They are just 10-16 ATS. So as a dog, Denver 23-13 against the spread on the road. So it's a pretty good roll for Denver, but they're just 1-4 ATS in their last 5 games against the Lakers here.
Final.
Denver is 4-2 straight up in their last 6, 4-1 ATS in their last 5. 11 of the last 15 meetings between these two teams have gone under. Lakers have gone under in 5 of 7, but the Nuggets have gone over in 14 of 20. But I'm going to grab these points with the Lakers here tonight. I think they just keep playing well. And you could say they're battling for position here in the Western Conference with none other than the Denver Nuggets. The two teams are separated right now by just a half a game. Lakers in 4th, Nuggets in 5th. Like I said, I think those are the 2 most important positions when it comes to playoff positioning. You got to get first, but if you're in this spot, Rockets also are actually tied with the Lakers. These 4 teams, you've got the Rockets 41-25, Lakers 41-25, Nuggets 41-26, Timberwolves 41-26. So nothing's for sure right there. All these games are important for these guys. I'm going to take the Lakers here in this one. All right. And Elliot's going to have to cut back because the gas price is going to be $9 here. Farley's on the Lakers. Denver and under. cheapest gas. I think it's only $1. I heard the president that's only $1.99. All right, we're gonna have to win to pay gas, right? No, who knows how long this is gonna take now? I think we've. Uh, hey, so no boots on the ground. Oh, maybe we're gonna have to put them at least on the shore. Maybe we're just gonna at least have them on the shore to get them through the Strait of Hormuz. All right. Jokic for a double, says Jordy. Big cryptos liking the Nugs. One more here on the NBA card, then we're going to get to all that college basketball. And it's going to be Clippers here, minus 13, taking on the Kings. Total 230.5. Boy, I lost yesterday with the total there. Man, I had the game to go. I had the Clippers and I had the over. That was a loser. But today, the Clippers here in the Tankathon against the Kings, they've got to blow these guys out. You know, the funny thing about the Clippers right now, they've gone over, you know, they were, you know, one of the biggest kind of, I don't know, totally sold on the under, right? I mean, they're actually, you know, a little bit to the over, but if anything, some of those games were kind of lower scoring, right? I mean, the Clippers, their totals were lower too. I think that's why they went over sometimes, but that's over, literally, because now that they've got rid of Harden and they brought in Garland here, and even though he missed a game, I think he's back tonight, or let me look at the injured list, but all of a sudden the Clippers have turned into up-tempo. You know, Harden slows you down. That's the thing. Harden's a shot clock manager, right? So it keeps the score down a lot of times. That's not going to be the case anymore with Garland, and all of a sudden now I'm saying it, the game didn't go over yesterday at all, but I'll probably be coming back on it. Let's see what you got here in this one. I also think, like I said, I think this one is in the Tankathon here. And let's see what you got. Just seeing some updates here right now. Pardon me. Okay. For the Clippers here, Clippers come in here having covered 12 of their last 15 overall. They've won 7 of their last 8. Kings are just 2-18 on the road in their last 20. They've also lost 6 straight to the Clippers. 6 of the last 9 meetings between the two teams have gone under. Clippers have gone over in 5 of their last 6 games overall. I'm taking the Clippers in a blowout here in the Tankathon. There, and the total, by the way, is up to 232. So like I said, and the spread might even be 13.5 right now. So I've got a blowout here tonight, and I will take the Clippers. All right. Let's go now to college basketball. We're going to preview championship games here this morning. With our coverage here. No semifinals. Hopefully the guys will take care of you here at the top of the hour with a college basketball betting the board show. And we'll get right to it here with our previews anyway of the games, starting with one of the early championship games here with Vermont taking on Maryland-Baltimore County. Maryland-Baltimore County is a 3.5-point favorite here. The total 136.5. Hey, it's been a good season for the Retrievers. You know, this is usually the Vermont special here. Vermont's, you know, won this game before and advanced to the NCAA tournament. We'll have a bid decided here in this one with the Catamounts coming in 22-11. They're actually the number 2 seed. The Retrievers are the number 1 seed here. Both teams playing very, very well, but Baltimore County actually is playing much, much better ATS anyway, and this is a big opportunity for UMBC to get to the postseason. You know, winner is in, loser is not. That we know, but Vermont has won 5 straight, but they're just 2-4 against the spread in their last 6 games. UMBC is coming in with a massive winning streak. They've also covered 5 in a row right now. 7 of the last 9 meetings between the two teams have gone under, although Vermont here is 4-6 to the under in their last 10. They've gone under in 5 of 6 overall, and UMBC's gone under in 5 of 7. So maybe a little bit of pressure to the under here with these two. It definitely seems like there is already. In fact, I think that total might be a little stale. Oh my gosh, it's down to 134 here right now, and the spread's also dipped to 3 here. So there might be something to the fact that Vermont, they're kind of a been there, done that in this conference here. Baltimore County, they've had their moments before. They've had remember the big upset in the NCAA tournament before that they pulled off as well. So they're on a covering streak, no doubt about it. Vermont has not been a great cover away from home. They were really dynamite at home, 9 and 7 anyway. And let's see what you got. I'll take your picks here in this one between Maryland, Baltimore County, and Vermont. America East final here at the top of the hour. Winner goes to the NCAA tournament. And this thing has been on the move lower big time here all morning, it seems like right now. Here we go. Nuggets. Oh, wait a minute. You guys are still back on those other games. Did I cover those games there? Oh, I haven't got these in. Clippers for JP Farley. Elliott's on the Clippers. Did I forget the Clippers game here? Maybe it's Big O on the under in this one. Public Enemy's on Vermont. Big Crypto's got to like Baltimore County here. Elliott's on the under in this one as well. I'm going to take Vermont here. I think this is going to be a tight game. I think it's going to be a good game, man. This one is at Baltimore County. It's not a neutral site game, but like I said, to me, Vermont is the been there, done that type of team right now. And, man, to see this total all the way down to 134 when it was 139.5, I still think it might be good here. And it might be a game where we get them in the low 60s here. All right, LALB's got the tennis action here for, I think this is the men's semis here with Zverev and Sinner and Alcaraz and Medvedev. We already know we got a great final lined up with Sabalenka and Rybakina. That's it for that game. Let's keep it moving here right now with North Carolina Central taking on Howard here in the MEAC final. This one's in Norfolk here. And they got Howard here, a pretty considerable favorite. But look, they were actually, I think, a little bit higher than this spread-wise. Let me see here. It might actually be back up to 12.5 right now. Yeah, it is 12.5 and maybe 144 here. It's definitely 12.5 though. It feels like maybe there's some 12s out there, but Howard, they weren't really getting it done there yet. They were going to win, but they weren't going to cover necessarily. But then they just kept going at the end, and they just kept scoring and did cover the spread there yesterday. It wasn't easy, but they did get it done. Look, North Carolina Central comes in the number 3 seed. They've had a nice year. They're 14-17. Howard's 22-10. Howard, not only that, they're one of the best spread teams in the country this season. They're on a spread streak big time. They were 21-7 this year against the spread. Also, 14-5 against the spread as a favorite. Central was not terrible against the spread. They're pretty much a 50-50, 14-12 ATS overall for NC Central. They've actually been pretty hot here, looked good in the tournament over Eastern Shore, over Delaware State, covered both those, covered the 3.5. Against Delaware State here. So let's see what you have here really in this one with North Carolina Central. And we got what is going on here? We got some breaking news right now, but I'm watching the golf tournament. Stand by. Is this old news? Here, I mean, it's ESPN Bulletin, but stand by. Okay. Oh, okay. I missed that news. Okay. I'm just seeing it now. I'm wondering as I'm watching the golf here, but ESPN reports that there was a manhunt near the TPC Sawgrass that led to a delay in opening the gates at the golf tournament today, but the suspect was apprehended there. I was wondering, I'm like, they're all over the golf course here. So, okay. No biggie. All right, so what do you think here with NC Central and Howard here? Howard pulled away last time. I have a feeling they're going to blow these guys out. I might take Howard here, you guys. Let's see how you have it. Here we go. Italy and Japan for LALB. Big O likes NC Central, though, plus the points. Howard under for Public Enemy. Oh, thank you, Big O. Dang. I was trying to make a. I don't want to joke. I had a funny quip there, but I didn't want to say it. Okay, I am taking Howard here in this one. I'm going to lay the points. They got it done yesterday, and I expect them to get it done again here today. Howard did win the meeting at home 100-67 to cover 12.5. They won at NC Central 83-69 to cover 2.5. I'll say they're going to get it done here in the championship game. I'll take Howard minus the big points. Keep it moving here right now with our title games today. It's going to be, we're getting to the big time here now. Arizona taking on Houston here in this one with the Wildcats favored by 2.5 here. We saw Arizona win yesterday. They needed a buzzer beater there, but they did get it done, beat Iowa State. A great game, no doubt. Iowa State, watch out. I know we make fun of them a little bit, but feels like they might still run deep in the tournament. Both these teams come in hot right now. Arizona not only winning, but they also are getting a few covers here. They did not cover last night against Iowa State. They did cover against Central Florida in their first tournament meeting. They're 19-14 against the spread this season. Houston, though, just 2-7-1 against the spread in their last 10, and 0-1 as an underdog this season against the spread, Houston. So you can say what you want. They've been one of the best teams in the country, but they were only an underdog one measly time so far this season. Still, they've won a bunch of games in a row again, and they just covered against KU. They did not cover against BYU in their first conference tournament game of the event here. For BYU here in this one, for Houston here in this one, they've won 5 straight, just 2-8 ATS in their last 10. They've gone under in 10 of 13. Arizona's gone under here in 11 of 16, and 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two have gone under. And you know what happens when you play Houston. Not only that, Arizona's kind of an under team. Houston's under in 7 of their last 10, 13-20 to the under so far this season. Look, Houston knows the way to beat Arizona. They're going to clunk it down here right now, and I think that's the way it's going to go. Arizona did win back in February 73-66. That was 139 points, so right on line with the number. It did go under the number that day, however. So let's see here. I think it will be. I'm going to go with Arizona, though. I think Arizona wins this game and covers. I'm going to take the Cats here over Houston, over the Cougars. Cats and the Cougars here in this one. Give me Arizona today. All right, and it's going to be under for Blake. Public Enemy's got the under as well. I'm with you guys, I think, here. I might need some premiums with the short card today. So let me go ahead and take the Arizona Wildcats here, and I think I'm going to play the total later on. Next up,
final.
Let's go to the Mountain West here with my San Diego State Aztecs taking on Utah State. And, oh, man, I hope they can make it. They're probably destined for disappointment anyways. It's just that they have a player. I've talked about him all year if you watch this team. They have Goon Guath, who – he's going to be an NBA player, I do believe, as long as he can develop. He needs so much development, but in the college game, he can dominate at moments, even offensively. So we'll see how it goes here with San Diego State taking on Utah State in this one. Utah State 1.5. Both teams have coming in, winning 3 straight games. Utah State with tournament wins over Vegas, over Nevada, covered them both. San Diego State, meanwhile, did not cover last night, 64-62, but they did beat Colorado State, and I thought Colorado State was a long shot. I mean, a good bet here to try to win this tournament. So, it's kind of tough here for the Aztecs. I hope they can do it. They did beat Utah State 89-72 at home back in just a couple weeks ago, actually, in February. SDSU was only a 1.5-point favorite in that one. Utah State, though, did win at home 71-66, but San Diego State got the money actually in that game. San Diego State's covered 8 of the last 11 meetings between the two, although they're just 1-4 against the spread right now in their last 5. They've still won 14 of their last 20, and Utah State has won 12 of their last 15, but they're just 2-5 against the spread, so these guys can't get out of each other's way. Utah State's won 3 straight, but covered the last 2. San Diego State's won 3 straight, but 1-2 ATS. San Diego State just 2-5 against the spread as an underdog this season, but Utah State 13-16 against the spread as a favorite. All right, I don't know. I don't want to homer it up here today, but let's see what they've got in the chat. This is going to be an under. I mean, this thing it's not 146 anymore. I know that.
Final.
It's 143. I mean, it was shaded to the under. I'll take the under in this one. Give me the under here is what I'll play. Here, Utah State is definitely a 1.5-point favorite, but it's gone down. I was on a show last night going under 146. Now I'm going under 143. The game last night went for 126 points. And that'll happen with San Diego State sometimes when they get into this situation. Yes, they've been over a little bit this season. They are 6-4 to the over in their last 10. Utah State 17-11 to the over as a favorite. That certainly is something to consider, but I'm going to go ahead and take the under here in this one. And let's see what the chat has here. Coming up top of the hour, Connor Mack, Mikey Money, Betting the Board, college basketball show. I don't even know if we'll get through the hockey here. We might just rattle off the plays. Could have just left the basketball to our experts. But you know what? I've had a pretty okay tournament. All right, Blake's on Utah State. And Andrew K. likes Dutcher. He was just the assistant to the longtime legendary head coach, Steve Fisher. And when Fisher retired here, Dutcher took over, and it's been like clockwork. In fact, Fisher's at every game, and everyone might know that Mark Fisher, Steve Fisher's son, who has Lou Gehrig's disease, is an assistant coach on the team. Andrew K. liking that under. All right, let's keep it moving here right now. Hey, you want to say hello to Cam Sinnett? And let's see what he said. Oh, okay, interesting there. Yeah. Hey, Cam, look, I love that angle. I love when you see something like that, and it feels like you've got the goods. Obviously it was hot, and he also, like I said, he doesn't really start right, but man, he played 30 minutes in the game, Andrew, yesterday. I will say that. I'm pretty sure. I think, but like you said, you saw him in the handshake line, not liking that. But still 30 minutes in the game. It may happen at the end of the game, obviously. Okay, cool. All right, let me keep it going here with our conference tournament action. Whoa, look at this. Oh, boy, Connecticut and St. John's. Oh, man, I'm going to root for St. John's here, but I don't think they're going to win. I don't think they're going to cover. I think Connecticut's going to win and cover here. Just feels like experience. When Connecticut really wanted to beat down Seton Hall in that game, they certainly did, right? When they beat them and they held them to 40 points in that game, it almost was like they wanted to do it and they proved it and they did it. So just felt a little bit, bizarre the way it went down because they just totally dominated them in that game, and didn't, it doesn't feel like that St. John's really has the answer for them in the end. But I'll take Connecticut here. Let me read some of the numbers though. Anyway, Connecticut is just 6-13 ATS in their last 19 overall. They're obviously overrated spread wise, but they've covered a couple here of late in the tournament. Girona just scored here. They covered against Georgetown. I wanted Georgetown in that one to cover with Coach Ed, but it didn't work out. And also Xavier here, also with a cover. They covered against Xavier, and right now you've got St. John's here coming in 19-14 against the spread, and Connecticut's 12-21. So look, you can't tell me that Connecticut will cover because they cover all the time, because they don't. St. John's is a better cover than Connecticut for sure, but I think the spread's actually down to 2.5 here, and let's see what that total is. Total here currently is 140. Oh, I have a typo there. 140, by the way. Sorry about that, gang. Man, I'm at a bad night. But I'll leave it at 3 because I even see some 3.5s out there. But I'm taking Connecticut in this one over St. John's. And you know what? I might, if I lose this one, at least St. John's beat Connecticut, because I'm a big Patino fan and I'm not a big fan of Hurley. All right. Public Enemies on UConn. Andrew says Huskies, baby. Big O's on the under, and Andrew K likes Hurley though. And like I said, what I say the other night, I said, boy, I never thought, 35 years ago that I would like Bobby Hurley better than I like Danny Hurley. Where's Bobby Hurley? He's going to go. Do you think he's going to join his brother on the staff next year? Or do you think there's some, I think Bobby Hurley got a bad rap down there at ASU. I think Bobby Hurley's going to get another job because I think he was doing okay there. Yeah, you want to do better. You're Arizona State, first of all. So, they've had some teams. You remember James Harden went to Arizona State, but I thought he was, time was up, I guess. But I think Bobby Hurley's probably worth another job, isn't he? And Andrew K. talking about Andrew. This is funny though. You think about the Big East tournament. We say Big East tournament, right? It's kind of funny. You think about it because you've got you think about the Big East, right? And the teams in the Big East. And it's funny when you go down the list because you've got Butler in Indiana, DePaul in Illinois, Xavier in Ohio, Creighton in Nebraska, Marquette in Wisconsin. And, it doesn't matter. In DePaul 6-18 in the Big East tournament, Butler 4-22, Xavier 10. It's because you beat up on all these bad teams. Creighton 11-12, Marquette won, remember, in 2023 with Shaka. And there's AOD. And Patino, he owns the Big East, and it's not just with St. John's with it's Patino. We need to go out and hang out with Patino, don't we? All right, here we go. Got to keep it moving here right now. Let's go to the late action in the SWAC final here with Prairie View taking on Southern in this one. And this one's been on the move here a little bit, actually. Let me see what's going on here. The total's down here. This is another typo because I'm an idiot. This one opened about 1. There was, some of the books did open 155.5, but there was also some openers at 155.5. Some books open 152.5, but right now it is officially here I'll call it 148. I say officially. There's 3 different numbers out there pretty much. It's really 148, but I would say it has gone down, not from 157, but a couple of sendouts were 155.5. And Southern here is a 3.5-point favorite right now over Prairie View. What a run for Prairie View here. you know, yes, you got to give Southern all the credit here. Certainly in this game, they come in here as the number 3 seed. Prairie View just number 8, but we got some surprising teams here because of the upsets here right now. Prairie View knocked off Alabama A&M to get here, and Bethune they beat Bethune-Cookman as well. Southern, meanwhile, with wins over Florida A&M and Pine Bluff, but Prairie View is on fire here right now, straight up and against the spread. Prairie View looks like the Charlotte Hornets here right now. For Prairie View, they've won 6 straight, covered 9 straight. They are 2-5 against the spread against Southern. Prairie View's gone under in 6 straight games, but Southern's gone over in 6 of their last 7. Southern's won 4 of 5. 4 of the last 6 meetings between the two teams have gone over here, but man, this thing's been on the move lower. Oh boy, let's see. Southern won the first meeting, or I'm sorry, Prairie View won the first meeting at Southern, 89-85 as a 7.5 point dog. But Southern won at Prairie View, 87-82. They did cover as a 4.5 point favorite. So let's see what you got here, though. Southern just 6-12 against the spread as a favorite. Prairie View 11-5 against the spread as a dog. Let's go to the chat here. SWAC final between Prairie View and Southern. All right, it's going to be St. John's for Blake. Big O likes the over. Oh no, I was going to go under. You know, maybe it has gone too far. I think that's the one thing I can say about what Big O. Maybe I might be chasing this steam a little bit. It feels like Prairie View A&M for Blake. Yeah, I'm going to go with Prairie View here. Worried what Big O is saying there because I kind of like the under, but let me go with Prairie View. You guys seem to be feeding into what I'm saying here about Prairie View A&M in this one, so give me Prairie View. Okay, are we almost done here? Are we done yet? Oh, no. Virginia taking on Duke here in this one. Wow. And we've got a Duke favorite here by 8.5. I went against Duke yesterday in the game against Clemson, but I might not do it. I might do it again today. Virginia here, great run. I mean, come on. I mean, Duke's great, but Duke is also, don't forget, they are missing their point guard. He is out of this game. Bad timing. Bad news. So a little bit of a big injury. Caleb Foster out with a foot injury right now. Ifaktu, you know what I'm talking about. He is questionable. Ngongba, he is out as well. So Duke has a few bumps and bruises here in this one. UVA's been fine. They've won 4 straight, covered their last 2 over NC State and Miami. UVA just a dog for the 5th time this season. They're 3-1. ATS is an underdog. Duke is 15-12 against the spread as a favorite. Duke did cover against Clemson. Foster's missed 2 games. It's not like he missed the last game. So Duke won without him. Although remember, the first game was the FSU game. FSU had the ball with a chance to win the game at the last second. Missed the shot. Duke won, advanced here. I went against them in that last game thinking that maybe the adjustment was a little bit too much. They were favored by 10.5. I took Clemson, but it was a 12-point win there for Duke. So they did get the money. But I'm going to go ahead and take the Virginia Cavaliers. I'm going to take Virginia here. Think they can keep this one. Look, I think we get, Virginia, they're supposed to be an up-tempo team, right? This year, and we've gone with a Mike too. Mike's been all over this Virginia total under all year. I don't know if he's going to do it today. Don't let me put words in his mouth. But they're not that. The story was, hey, they're going to play faster, and they probably did. But the totals were up there too. It's just that they didn't. They still went under in 19 of 33 games. You know who does go under? Duke. They're 11-22 to the under this season, and 9-18 to the under as a favorite. So, where you probably should go with this one. But I'm going to go ahead and take Virginia as my play. But the total here, and I'll say this: I'll look at the totals up to 137.5 here right now. Maybe it will be a great game and a lot of great scoring and
Final.
whatnot, but Duke is a big time under team here. And Virginia, I think that even with the new regime, if you will, or the new Virginia, if you could still call that, I think they know just what to do to get down and dirty here with the Duke Blue Devils here in this one. So let's see what you got here in the ACC. It's going to be Blake on Virginia. Hey, Papa Ricky is here. Heck yeah. Oh, man, Papa Ricky's here. He likes Arkansas first half. He likes Ottawa under and the Kings. I think that means Kings money line right there. Kings mini? Yeah. Yep. That is what it was. I think it says Kings Money. You know who Moni is, right? Everybody know who Moni is? Shout out to my family and friends watching right now on Facebook. All right. Oh, wow. Look at that. Cam says Virginia line's been dropping. All right. I think we got a couple more championship games here. And then we're going to roll through those hockey plays a little bit. Get your pens, pencils, and scorecards ready. Kennesaw and Louisiana Tech here in the Conference USA final. Basically a toss-up here. Man, hasn't a coach of Kennesaw just done a terrific job here, Holloway, with this team? What's his name? Not Holloway, Pettaway. Antoine Pettaway has done a great job here with Kennesaw. Over the last several years, he's been a real good coach when he took over for Amir Abdur-Rahim. So, but this is a close one here with Louisiana Tech. And let's see, Kennesaw, are they really 1.5 here right now? They're 2. They're 2.5 here in some books. Total is 139.5. It's been on the move lower here a little bit. I think that's the way it's going to go. I think I'm going to be on the under here. In this game. Halftime, Inter Milan 1, Atalanta nothing. You can check the scores kind of behind me there as they come in if they have them. All right, here we go in this one with Kennesaw taking on Louisiana Tech in the Conference USA final in Huntsville, Alabama. Kennesaw comes in 20-13. Louisiana Tech comes in 20-13. Louisiana Tech has won 4 straight games here right now, covered them all against Liberty, Delaware, Middle Tennessee, and Missouri State. They were actually underdogs in 3 of those games. So Louisiana Tech's been hot too. Kennesaw, meanwhile, with wins over Western Kentucky and Sam Houston, they were dogs in those games. Got those 2 teams here winning in as underdogs here. It is the number 4 seed against the number 6 seed here. Things have kind of fallen apart in Conference USA, and now one of these teams is going to the NCAA tournament. Kennesaw is just 6-12 against the spread as a favorite. They're officially a favorite here now. Louisiana Tech, meanwhile, 11-8. ATS as an underdog here. For Kennesaw, they are 10-8 to the over as a favorite. Louisiana Tech 16-14 to the over overall. Let's see what you got here. Conference USA final between Kennesaw State and Louisiana Tech. Kennesaw State just 5-10 ATS in their last 15 games, and Kennesaw has also won 6 of their last 8. Louisiana Tech comes in 5-1 straight up, 4-1 against the spread here of late. They've gone over in 5 of their last 6 coming into this one. Let's see what you've got. I'm going to go under here at 139 with Kennesaw and Louisiana Tech. All right, Cam's on the – that was the other game. Louisiana Tech money line here for Public Enemy. Duke all the way, says Elliot Jameson. Elliot, I am also holding a Duke ticket here. I have 3 futures bets in the NCAA tournament. I'm a high roller, you know. I have 40 to win 360 on Duke. I've got 30 to win 120 on Arizona, and I've got 20 to win 1,200 on Arkansas. That's it. Big O's on the under here, and that was his brother, though, I think. Sharif Abdur-Rahim, I think, if that's what you're talking about, Greg. Okay, That was Amir Abdur Rahim. Okay, let me get. That's it. Oh no, one more. We got one more out here. We can't miss this one out of the. I'm sorry, I got two more. Hawaii and Irvine here right now, with Irvine favored by 2.5, I think, over Hawaii right now. And got Irvine here, 2 and 139.5 here in this one, with Irvine favored to win at the Big West here, Lee's Family Forum. I can walk to this game and get there. I'd have to cross a freeway, kind of, but I could, there's a crosswalk and everything. All right, let's see what you got here in this one, with Hawaii taking on Irvine here tonight. In this one, Irvine comes in here pretty hot, but Hawaii only had to win one game. They were put through to the semifinals, and so were Irvine. So it's been kind of easy, but Irvine's on a roll here right now. Hawaii was great. They looked good last night. They've had an incredible season, but Irvine's won and covered 5 in a row. Hawaii's won 5 of their last 6. Hawaii is 0-6 against the spread in their last 6 games against the Anteaters. The Rainbows have gone over in 5 of their last 6. They're also just 4-8 against the spread in their last 12. Irvine's gone under in 12 of their last 18 games. 10 of the last 15 games between the two teams have gone under. I believe this total's moved higher. 139.5 here. So I'm going to take Irvine in this one. I'm going to lay 2.5 here. They do have the advantage of beating Hawaii here. Like I said, they've basically covered 6 in a row. So the two teams did meet just about, it was back in January. Irvine won at home 87-76, but then Hawaii won at home 67-66. So Irvine got the money in both games here. Anteaters are 9-16 to the under as a favorite, but like I said, the total's been moving over here. I'll take Irvine. All right, let's see here. Elliot's on Irvine. Blake's on Irvine. Papa Ricky says Irvine should handle him.
Urgent message.
Next up, one more. Cal Baptist taking on Utah Valley. This one's at the Orleans here, with Utah Valley favored. Utah Valley, they were almost not invited to the tournament. They didn't pay their $1 million exit fee. Right now, they did pay it. It is like an escrow account. They're trying to fight the $1 million exit fee. This was a conference that was kind of thrown together, and Utah Valley kind of came in there, and they needed a conference, obviously, but I don't know what the specifics of it are, but they are going to be having an arbitration for that $1 million of some kind. So they did pay it. It's in an escrow, and they're going to get to compete, and they can still win the tournament and go to the NCAA tournament. I'm sure in the back of their minds, the Western Athletic Conference will be glad to have them in there should they win. But Cal Baptist is going to try to give them a battle here. Kind of like Cal Baptist in this game. They're getting 3 points. They come in just as hot. This is a 1. Hey, no upsets here. This is a 1 versus 2. Of course, Cal Baptist only had to play 1 game, and so did Utah Valley. This was a 7-team league. So they actually met 3 times during the regular season, believe it or not. And Utah Valley did win 65-46 at home, and Cal Baptist won at home 78-71, and Utah Valley won the first game at home 73-68, but they did not cover. So Cal Baptist went 2-1 against the spread in the 3 games, and I'm going to take the points here. I think it will be a close game, but both teams. Here's the thing. Both teams come in hot, right? Cal Baptist has won all these games in a row here right now. How many is it? 5 straight. They're 5-0 straight up, 5-0 against the spread. For Utah Valley, they've won 7 straight games. They're 0-5 against the spread in their last 5 games. I don't know if that's something, but that's what I'm going off of. I think I'm going to take Cal Baptist here. Maybe Utah Valley wins by 1 or 2 points. Why wouldn't they? So Cal Baptist also just 3-8 against the spread in their last 11 against Utah Valley overall, and 2-9 straight up. All right, gang, I think the show's over, actually. We got a huge, all these hockey games. Please be signed up with me. I want to get here and let the guys come in here right now and do the show, preview all these games. So, look, there are 14 hockey games. If you really want my hockey games, please sign up today. We got to get these guys on the air, and I talked forever, and we got to talk these basketball games, and we cover hockey every day. Hope anybody wasn't waiting along here, but we got to get to on the air with these guys. Let me see if I can't rattle these off. We got 4 minutes here. All right, I'm on the Anaheim Ducks. I'm on the Anaheim Ducks. Let me get the graphics out here. We'll do it quickly. No, I'm not going to go to the chat. Ducks and Senators. Give me the Ducks here in this one. I'm going to take them on the road as a dog in this one, plus $1.40 or so. These lines might be a little off. We're not even going to correct them. Bruins and Capitals here. I like the Caps in this one. Bruins, of course, total dichotomy. They only win at home right now with their massive winning streak. They've lost 7 straight on the road. Reasonable price. Give me Washington here. Avalanche and Jets. I got to go the puck line on the Avalanche here in this one. They're just on a roll here right now. And this one's going to be a little tough. I'm going to lay some puck lines here today. Might be tough, but also here, Rangers and Wild. I'm laying it with the Wild here. The Rangers are on the road, but the road winning has long been over. The Rangers have started to lose on the road now, and they're starting to actually win a few games at home. So I'm going to take the Wild here on the puck line. Maple Leafs and Sabres. Yeah, the bad news there for the Maple Leafs. They're already done this season, so probably have the life taken out of them here a little bit without their superstar. Give me the Sabres on the puck line. 3 straight puck line favorites for me right there. Flames and Islanders here. I'm going under in this one, but I will say this. It got steamed over. It's probably 6. I will look at this one real quick. It is oh boy, it's still 6. I have the under here. I was hoping it went up. The steam came in on the over here in that one, but Sharks and Canadians here. I like the Sharks in this one as a dog. I'm taking the Sharks over the Canadians tonight, plus $1.40 or so. Give me the Sharks. Hurricanes and Lightning. I think it's a manageable number for the Lightning. This is the big game of the night, obviously. I think $1.35. I'm interested in the Lightning here in this one. In fact, it's down to $1.30. So looks like the move's on the Canes. I'll take the Lightning. Kings and Devils. I think this one's manageable for the Devils. Kings, pretty good on the road, but it seems like they're good on the road except when they go to the very far reaches of the country here. I'm going to take the Devils here at minus $1.40. Blue Jackets and Flyers in this one. I've got the under with the Blue Jackets and the Flyers here tonight with we'll see who's in goal there. I've got Greaves and Vladar listed, but I'll go with the under in this one. Blue Jackets and Flyers. Red Wings and Stars here. Got another puck line here. I'm going to take the Stars tonight to keep it rolling. They are very, very hot right now. And the Wings, they're still hanging on in the playoffs, doing good, but I'm going to take the Stars on the puck line here tonight. Penguins and Mammoth. Give me the Mammoth here at home at $1.50 or so. I'm going to take the Mammoth in this one to keep it going at home. Blackhawks and Golden Knights. You've got Knight going up against the Knights and Akira Schmidt. I got the Blackhawks in this one on the puck line at minus $1.45. Even though the Golden Knights are $2.40, I think it's a pretty high price for the Blackhawks puck line, but I'll still do it. Kraken and the Canucks. I got the Kraken on the road to beat the Canucks. We know the Canucks have been terrible. That's it for hockey. Let's do the drawing, then we're out of here. Thank you very much for joining me here on the Morning Steam. Stay tuned. Next up, Connor Mack and Mikey Money giving you all the lowdown of the basketball games coming up. Remember, we got 2 about to tip off here right now. Let's do the drawing. Someone will win here 1 month of plays if you'd like from me. Just use the promo code WINNER at checkout to save or to get the free subscription. Who is it? It's C. James. There he is, looking all happy. Thank you, C. James, for always stopping by and being a great guy here. That's going to do it for the Morning Steam Show. All right, stay tuned. I'm gonna be tuning in. I'll be in the chat. Maybe I'll say something in there with Mikey and Connor. They're gonna do the basketball preview show right now. Should be a great show. That's it. And for the Sports Money Network from Las Vegas, this is Ramon
Gonna
Scott.
cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. Ramon Scott, sports money. Wake your ass up and let's get to